Welcome, folks. Join us on our short trip to Kuwait, where we explore the top attractions of this beautiful, small country. Kuwait was one of the 12 countries we visited on a 2-month trip during and after the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar.
We visited several other Arabian countries and 5 East African countries in this trip. Subscribe to our channel to join us on every part of our epic adventure. Now let's continue with the adventures of Kuwait.
On our first day, we flew in from Saudi Arabia and reached Kuwait in the afternoon. We picked up our rental car and headed straight for Al-Boom, one of Kuwait's most famous and unique restaurants. This is Al-Boom restaurant. It's one of the fancy but traditional restaurants of Kuwait. It's inside of a boat. These type of boats are also the symbol of the country of Kuwait.
One of the best experiences you can get in Kuwait.
This is the Kuwait Marine Museum. It has a lot of these boats for display. These boats are one of the symbols of the country. In the evening, we went to Kuwait Fan Box to watch the football match of USA versus Netherlands, and we were cheering for the USA. I actually wore a Las Vegas t-shirt in support of the USA because I didn't have a US jersey with me. It had a very enjoyable vibe and very cute decorations, including giant caricatures of football players such as Ronaldo, my favorite player. Unfortunately, it wasn't my night. The USA lost 3-1 to the Netherlands. But I still enjoyed watching the match and that vibe a lot. This is Green Island in Kuwait. It's the first man-made island to be built in the Persian Gulf countries, meaning that this island predates all the fancy man-made islands you see in Qatar, Bahrain, Dubai, and so on.
We are still in the Green Island and it looks like they're renting bikes here. Hussein, let's get one of these bikes. We chose this two-person bike, and now we're gonna ride it around the small island. Look, it even has two steering wheels.
I think the second one isn't real, only the left one works. This is Al-Othman, or the Osmani House. It's a museum that displays the culture and history of Kuwait. This section displays some of these wooden boats, which are the symbol of the Kuwait country. And the reason is that before the oil industry here prospered, their main source of income was doing trade on these wooden boats inside of the Persian Gulf, and also mining for pearls inside the Gulf. This is a traditional wedding, and it's showing the ladies' side because they're typically separated in their culture.
This is part of the wedding tradition.
They put henna on the bride's hands. The country of Kuwait, a small country on the west of the Persian Gulf and the south of Iraq, was once part of the Persian Empire. During the ages of the Achaemenids until the Sassanids, it was part of the Persian Empire, until the rise of Islam, when they attacked and captured a lot of these Gulf countries. They all became part of the Islamic territory. Later on, it was governed by the Kingdom of Iraq. Until the Portuguese attacked, it was under the Portuguese control for a century or two. It later gained independence from Portugal, but centuries later, due to the fear of the Ottoman Empire, and they had an agreement with England. They became a colony of England in exchange for their protection against the Ottoman Empire. And after World War I, it gained complete independence from England and became the independent country of Kuwait that we see today. However, Iraq still had some disputes over parts of Kuwait. For that reason, they attacked them in 1991, set a lot of oil wells on fire, caused a lot of economic damage. But because of all the oil money that they had, because it was a very oil-rich country, they were able to completely recover economically from that damage. And we see a very prosperous country in Kuwait right now. This is Al Shahid Park in Kuwait City. It's a magnificent park to walk and enjoy the nature and city views. Now that we're here, there's a coffee festival going on. Inside the coffee festival,
we are at the Golden Gate in Al Shahid Park.
this is the real Golden Gate, not the one in San Francisco.
Okay, this is the Grand Mosque of Kuwait. It's the biggest mosque in this city.
These buildings behind me with the cute geometry are the Kuwait Cultural Center. There's a conference center, a music center, and a theater in this area. And they have a view of the city and the beautiful Persian Gulf. This bridge is the Sheikh Jabir Al-Ahmad Bridge, which crosses the Kuwait Bay to connect Kuwait City to Doha, Kuwait. It is the fourth largest highway bridge in the world. This is the old market in Kuwait called Al-Mubarakiya. Let's take a look around. Avenues Mall in Kuwait. It's a huge mall and it's very well decorated and luxurious. The Avenues shopping mall actually surprised us quite a bit because we went there without any expectations, and it ended up being the most magnificent shopping mall we saw in this entire trip we had around the Middle East. It had very exquisite decorations, and some part of it had a very traditional Arabic style, other parts were built kind of like Champs-Élysées in France, and it even had a souk or an Arabic bazaar inside of the mall that reminded you of the street markets in Kuwait and other Arabic countries. After Kuwait, we flew to Jordan and then to Africa. Join us on our adventures around the world by subscribing to our channel.